Conor McGregor, what are you doing, lad? He's hit an all-time low. I don't know where he's gonna go from here. Right, guys, welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe and like the video to help me afford some new headphones, because you guys keep skitting these headphones of mine, saying that they're hanging on by a thread. I personally like them, but help a brother out. So if you haven't seen by now, I feel stupid doing this video. Conor McGregor has now announced that he's looking to set up a fight with Logan Paul, the one and only, the worst half of the Paul brothers. Jake Paul is actually the somewhat decent one now, even though they are still both crypto scammers. It all started off with this Conor McGregor tweet. The rumours of being and about with Topuria are false. Ilya Topuria. I am in preliminary agreements with the Ambani family to face Logan Paul in a boxing exhibition in India. I have agreed. I will then seek my return to the octagon. Now, there's been so many times in the past Conor McGregor has teased fight announcements. I can't even begin to list how many fights Conor McGregor has tried to set up in like the last 2-3 years. Conor McGregor basically calls out anybody notable in the featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, and even middleweight division. He was having a go at Tom Aspinall the other week. The guy is a madman. So when I first seen this tweet, not one part of me thought, oh, okay, this is interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. The first thing I thought was, oh, here he is trying to make himself relevant again. Another fight that won't go through. So Ilya Topuria tweeted this: the rumours of a bout between McChicken and myself are false. I don't fight, nor am I interested in fighting with a rapist. Damn, Ilya Topuria has went from being a Conor McGregor clone and a fanboy to a hater. Ilya Topuria would 100% take that Conor McGregor fight. Let's not kid ourselves, Topuria. Then Conor McGregor tweeted this: I was found liable for assault and guilty of nothing. I will be pursuing all of the defamatory writings about me. Hence why in my videos about this Conor McGregor situation, I haven't really said anything. You've got to be careful with what you say these days, guys. Unfortunately, when you're doing videos like these, you kind of do have to sit on the fence a little bit and just talk about the facts and don't give too much of your opinion. In fact, I did give my opinion in the previous video, and I said I think there's a lot of grey area to this case, and a lot of the stuff that she was saying didn't really add up. Although McGregor has done some questionable things, in no way do I believe he is a rapist. So then he said this: I am in amazing spirits. God has chosen me and I accept. Thank you to all of those who have looked at this impartially and are supporting me in my fight for justice. The truth shall prevail as God is my witness. So he kind of just teased that Logan Paul fight and then responded to Ilya Topuria and defended himself about this entire court situation. So people were wondering if there was any legitimacy to this fight. So then Jake Paul tweeted this: now it all makes sense why Conor McGregor and his management team have been desperately trying to get most valuable promotions to negotiate for a fight between us. So obviously Conor McGregor and his team have been reaching out to Jake Paul's promotion for a fight. As we told them privately, and now I'm saying it publicly, the only way we're willing to explore me versus Conor in a pro boxing MMA fight is if Dana White and the UFC are at the table directly or make it clear they are okay with discussions. Conor is washed, needs the Pauls, Logan by however he wants. Now, Jake didn't confirm the Logan Paul fight there. He only said about him versus Conor, which I think makes more sense because Jake Paul and Conor McGregor have had a bit of beef going back and forth with each other in the past. They've done videos to each other. Conor McGregor's been highly critical of Jake Paul and vice versa. There's not really any storyline between Logan Paul and Conor McGregor. However, Logan Paul, he's a wrestler. He's with the WWE. Conor McGregor, MMA fighter with the UFC. The parent company of the UFC recently bought WWE, TKO it's called. So TKO now own both of those companies. They're not dealing with a third party anymore, like the way when McGregor fought Mayweather and it had to be the UFC getting the deal done with Showtime. That was the biggest roadblock. That was the biggest hurdle when they were trying to make that McGregor and Mayweather fight. Now they don't have those roadblocks anymore. So maybe that's why they're trying to set up this fight, because it makes sense financially. The money is staying in one place under one umbrella. It's not getting dished out to loads of other people. So Conor McGregor versus Logan Paul kind of makes sense from a business perspective. So I can't see Dana White wanting to get involved with Most Valuable Promotions, because Most Valuable Promotions have got nothing to do with the UFC. Why would Dana take that big pot of cash and have to split it 50-50 or 40-60 with someone else. Most Valuable Promotions. Instead, TKO is making all of the money because the contract would be between the WWE and the UFC, who's both owned by TKO anyway. So it's keeping all the money in-house. So although there's a bit more of a storyline between Conor McGregor and Jake Paul, it's not going to happen from a business perspective. And then Logan Paul posted this on his Instagram story. It's a screenshot of Conor McGregor's tweet, and he's put the little eye emojis right there as if to say, hey, look at this, pay attention, something to watch out for. Now, this next part is extremely interesting. The other day, Dana White confirmed that he's got something very interesting and completely out of left field up his sleeve. Let's play the clip and then talk about it.
I anticipate a lot of big fights. I got something in the works right now. I'll drive you fuckers crazy. All you guys will be running around. I got something in the works that you will never fucking see coming for 2025. That literally started to come together last night, and yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up.
Now, this was at the UFC Tampa post-fight press conference on Saturday, December 14th, that Dana White said this. And he said, this just started coming together last night. All these Conor McGregor and Jake Paul and Logan Paul tweets happened on the Tuesday, the 17th, 2 days later. So it kind of all aligns up. Dana White saying on the Saturday, listen, I've got something completely shocking coming for yous. Yous are never going to guess it. Then 2-3 days later, Conor McGregor saying, I'm setting up a fight with Logan Paul. And then a few hours later, Jake Paul saying, we can confirm this, Conor McGregor has been in talks with us. And then Logan Paul acknowledging Conor McGregor's tweet and putting the eye emojis next to it. I know it's all speculation, but it does make sense. When does Dana ever speak like that and say, listen, I've got something crazy coming for you that you'll never guess? He will tease fights and he'll say, we're putting on some really big fights, but there he was a little bit more mysterious, let's say. If we apply this Conor McGregor and Logan Paul narrative to what Dana White was saying there, the timeline matches up. The people involved are tweeting about it. It's interesting. Another thing that we shouldn't put much weight in, but definitely something to consider, is the fact that Logan Paul has got his Prime energy drink, which is a load of crap, by the way. They're one of the biggest sponsors of the UFC, so we already know Logan Paul has got that relationship with Dana White. If Logan Paul wanted to get this fight done, I think he could. Now, also, imagine if this was an MMA fight. They're trying to get us to focus on the fact that it might be an exhibition boxing match taking place in India, but then they completely do a 180 and say, no, it's an MMA fight with Logan Paul and Conor McGregor in the UFC octagon. That would be quite sick. I can already hear the non-casuals saying this is a load of bull crap, blah, blah, blah. But guys, we have to just accept it's the end of Conor McGregor's career. As much as I would love to see him come back and make a title run, we've been let down far too many times. Maybe the only possibility we have of seeing Conor McGregor again is to get in the octagon or even a boxing ring with Logan Paul. Maybe that's all we're going to get, and we've got to accept that and just take whatever we can. Another couple minor things to consider is obviously Conor McGregor's teammate Dylan Dennis lost to Logan Paul, so it'd be interesting to see if this fight did happen, hypothetically so far. The build up to the fight might be interesting. If Conor McGregor has Dylan Dennis in his corner, I can imagine it all kicking off between both of the teams. It could be a fun watch. There's also a big weight discrepancy between both of them. Conor McGregor, he walks around about 180 pounds, but that's not his natural weight. He really should be fighting at 155, but because he's put a little bit more muscle on recently, I'd actually say that McGregor's better fighting around 162 to 165 pounds, a catch weight, but let's face it, Logan Paul, no chance of making that weight. Logan walks around at like 210, maybe 220, quite lean, quite muscular, quite tall. He's no Nate Diaz, 6'1" and looks like a friggin' worm. No, Logan Paul's quite jacked. So they're probably going to have to fight around 190 pounds. And if that's the case, I don't think it's going to go good for McGregor. Anyway, if this fight does go ahead, here is exactly what will happen, right? Mark my words. Conor will underestimate Logan Paul, won't take his training too serious, probably keep partying. Logan Paul will train his hardest, knowing that he's stepping in there with Conor McGregor. And I believe Logan Paul will actually give Conor McGregor a bit of a tough time in there because of this. McGregor will get through the fight and will get by, relying on his past skills, but ultimately he'll gas out. Logan Paul will have some pretty decent moments. McGregor will have some moments, but overall it will be underwhelming. If it's an exhibition fight, no decision will be declared. If it's an MMA fight, depending on how much McGregor underestimates Logan Paul, I think Logan would have a chance of winning. Logan's a really good grappler and he's strong. And as I say, that combined with McGregor underestimating Logan, I think within MMA, he could have a chance of winning. I know that's pretty wild to say. If I had to really put money on it, I would obviously say McGregor, of course, but it's just hard to have any faith in McGregor these days. And look at what happens every time you underestimate the Paul brothers. They always prove you wrong. But anyway, yeah, exhibition boxing match, no decision will be declared. Then for McGregor, the narrative will be, I didn't train properly and it was an easy cash grab, I've just made 20 million. And for Logan Paul, the narrative will be, I just went 5 or 8 rounds with one of the best in MMA to ever do it, and everyone will walk away from this fight being royally screwed. The only people who really lose in this fight are the fans. So what do you guys think? Comment all your thoughts down below. Like this video, help me buy some new headphones. Christmas coming up. Get it on my Amazon. Nice one. See you tomorrow.